Hey, good morning, everybody. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. This broadcast is for demonstration and educational purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. Okay. Our window of opportunity might be very slender this morning. Good morning, Greg. Got that big candle at the open. We're going to be very cautious today with the split week here and the holiday. It looks like our ES one-day pass scored on that move up. So let's go take a look at that one-day pass on the ES. I took the entry pre-market, actually, and it was kind of blowing around in the breeze, and then it caught that big move up. Good morning, Kim, Marcia, good morning, and God bless. Rao, good morning. Thank you for joining me. Let's try to get at least one good one in.
Order submitted.
The NASDAQ 30 range signal A jumped in.
Order submitted.
You could see the cross on my chart, and that green cross, that was the signal A entry. The next candle closed up and it popped in. The volume is up there, just over 3,500 contracts a minute. Just didn't follow through to the upside. We have our 2-minute NASDAQ and 30 range, both set up for a long trade. If this is your first time joining us, let me just briefly tell you what we're looking at. This is the AI Auto Trader. It's a fully automated strategy that runs within NinjaTrader 8. And it's currently trading all 4 of the index equity futures. The NASDAQ, Russell, E-mini, and the Dow, the YM. We've also diversified the strategies, the portfolio of strategies, to include crude oil and gold. And we're running each one of these in separate strategies, and we're watching the trades execute. They come up on the charts.
Order submitted.
Currently, we are in positions on the Dow and the Russell and crude oil. We're in a big one on the signal A still. The 50,000 one-day pass scored. However, it's still in the trade on our regular strategy on that E-mini. Let's take a look at crude oil. That's one of my favorites. Crude oil, we're in a test strategy.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
And what I've done here is I'm keeping an eye, just so I want you to see what I'm doing right now, is I have two trade copiers. Each one is set up to trade. One is set up to trade the signal B, the 30 range signal B, with some follower accounts. And then I have a second window looking at the signal A on the 30 range. So I'm keyed up on the 30 range on the NASDAQ. And knowing what the triggers are, I'm waiting for a setup that is kind of juicy in my mind. And I will let you know which one I feel is juicy. The ES signal A took a beautiful trade this morning. Wow. Couldn't have planned that one out. So our RSI line, as you could see, it's right in the middle. So if it was going to take off to the long side, it would be a signal B. I'm moving up into this area of resistance on pretty decent volume. My 2-minute is also lined up for a long trade. And I say it's lined up because I have my 15 and my 50, these two moving averages, both green. The 15 is just crossing the 50 on my 2-minute, and it's already crossed on my 30 range. But it's you could see ever since the 9:30, a few minutes after the market opened, we had that big candle up, and now it's gone flat. And looking at the Forex Factory, I also wanted to preview our new pattern recognition, the work that we're doing, where we're at, give you a little update on some new developments that we're working on. Heading into this July 4th extended, I'm going to call it an extended weekend, even though the office is open Friday. We're not going to be trading on Friday, Thursday or Friday. So today is Wednesday, July 3rd. The unemployment claims came out this morning. ISM Services PMI is at 10 a.m. Final Services PMI is at 9:45. So at 9:45 and 10 o'clock, we have the PMI report. Crude oil at 10:30. My signal A just jumped in. And my understanding is today is a half day of trading. Any day that there's a half day of trading, it's a red flag. It's a caution. It might even be a good day to find something else to do on a half day of trading. But let's see what happens. Who knows? I'm going to put my ES on my 15, excuse me.
Order submitted.
And it jumped right back in long.
Order submitted.
The long trade is what aligns on the 2-minute. Let's see if we get any follow through on this trade. Gold has taken off. Hey, good morning, Brock. Looks like gold might break right through here.
Order submitted.
Gold did break through. Gold is coming right back up to that $2,400 range, back to its all-time high.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Crude is in long too. Let's take a look at the crude oil trade. Let's look at a strategy that we all have. Crude oil, I thought I saw, oh yeah, gold signal A is not in a trade.
Order submitted.
Crude signal
Order
A.
submitted. Order submitted.
Big move up on gold. So today is the crude inventory report at 10:30. One of the reports, what was it, the PMI? One of them just came out at 9:45. Final services PMI. That was an orange folder. Next is the red one at 10 a.m. The Nasdaq's in complete chop right now. I was just in a meeting with the team, and Mark Miller's the owner of Right Line Trading. He's headed to Italy, taking a beautiful trip. Beautiful trip to Italy for this long weekend. And he'll be gone for actually, I think it's 10 days, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks that he's spending in Italy. Beautiful trip. We hope he has a safe trip, and he sends us some beautiful pictures. I lost my mother in 2009, and she used to go to Italy every summer. Loved it. She was an artist. You know, whenever I hear someone going to Italy, I always think of her. We're trying, F. We're trying. It's whenever I see crude oil making a move before the report comes out, I always think that the information leaked, and these people are getting in early because they know what's coming. But I'm probably oh, what do they call it? A conspiracy theorist?
Order submitted.
That gold signal A, it has me tempted. Um, See this bounce right back down right now. Very low volume. 47 contracts, 50. Mm.
Order submitted.
We're not going to force anything. F. We're
Order
gonna
submitted.
just be patient here.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
There goes a push up. I had one of our members, Marcia. She had an issue with, and I read in Discord a few other members getting the identification message that it wasn't authorized, something to do with an identification. And I was wondering how, if anybody, maybe somebody listening now, had that similar issue. Gold is continuing to push up here, Rao. Wow, came way up overnight. Gold signal B. That one's really trending.
Order submitted.
All right, Steven. Which one did you get it in, Steve? Man, you red hot, man. That's got to be 4 or 5 now, right? Great job. Congratulations. On the ES. Great job, Steven. F got deceived by oil yesterday. The deception. ES has been hot. Man, I caught that beautiful, beautiful trade. Man almighty. Here we go. We're getting a push up now. This kind of reminds me of yesterday. where we left off. We're right back where we were yesterday. This is deja vu. Well, let's see if we get the break. I love when crude oil gets into these trades and it just slowly, like a snail, just keeps creeping up and up and up. And before you know it,
Order submitted.
keeping an eye on the signal B on the NASDAQ 30 range. Here comes gold right back down. I was going to play the signal A on gold. I think it's in a really oversold environment, overbought, excuse me. But it's been pushing up for hours.
Order submitted.
Well, if we get a retracement to the 50 and our RSI line comes down in gold, we could take a look for a long trade in the direction of the trend. Ten o'clock is that PMI report. ISM services, PMI, 10 a.m. About 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It does have a red folder by it. The action is a little slow this morning. Let's see how this report plays out at 10, and we have crude inventory at 10:30. I do want to show you some a preview of the 4th of July sale and our new update on the pattern recognition. Here we go. Let's break through this. The ES is broken at just about. The ES is off to the races. Let's keep an eye on our NASDAQ here. If it breaks, what I think I'm going to do is go with the signal B. 'Our Laguerre is not locked yet, so it's going to have to break it and get some clearance before we'll get into that trade, unless it retraces first. Three minutes for the report. Let's keep an eye on this. Maybe it'll cause a pop.
submitted.
ODP 3000 on the E-mini. Here we go. 2 more minutes. The ES one-day pass. Let's take a look how it's done here in the last few weeks. If I go back to June 1st to today, hey Gary, if you're here this morning, good morning. Got a long-time member and friend, Gary, and I know he's part of a group of traders. Man, Steven, you are freaking doing incredible. I'm so happy for you. I keep seeing your messages. You're passing this one, passing that one, passing the other. You and Marcia, man almighty. You guys must be sitting on a 4-leaf clover over there. All right, let's check it out. The ES one-day pass. This is June 1st to July 3rd. You could see at about 47.8% profitable, which is really great for a one-day pass. It's really a coin toss. My summary. Here we go. Here's the report. Oh, did I miss it? I did. All right, let's get back. Let's let this calm down for just a minute. Locked long, I'm locked short. I'm going to turn my signal B on.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
That didn't work out as.
Order submitted.
Now we're might have to go to our signal A for a roll to the short side. If we get this retracement. Big volume.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Try to ride that move down. I was a little late. I shouldn't have been looking at the ES one-day pass. Here we could get a short roll on the signal A. It's going right back to where it was.
Order submitted. Order
Okay, our retirement plan just went short. Very tempted to put on that 50 signal on a retirement plan. Remember yesterday the retirement plan did it incredibly well. All right, we're going to go right back up to that area of resistance. You getting a rhythmic delay, Scott? Sure, I could tell you. I know a little bit about it, Stephen. You're getting a rhythmic delay. Uh-oh. They didn't do anything to help. Oh, here we go with the short. Let's take a look here. Signal A jumped in. So my signal A, I'm not in this on any of the Apex accounts. Yesterday, the short trades, they just didn't follow through well yesterday. It just kept going back up and retesting that level to the upside, that top side resistance. Let's see if we get a breakout to the downside and we can jump in on the signal B. Our Laguerre is locked to the downside. So our signal B would trigger if we get a couple down candles now. Signal A would go to the upside. There it goes on a signal A. I'm going to put in my signal A real quick. It did pop me into that one. So I did take this one long. Come on, give me some follow through now. Go right back up and retest that.
Order submitted.
Keep pushing up for us. Go ahead. Put us on the board today. Go ahead. Come on now. Don't come back.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Came back.
Order
All right.
submitted.
We made a very small profit on that. Brought us to about break even on the Apex. I'm going to disable this so it doesn't jump right back in short. Hey, good morning, Brandon. Let me mute my mic here. Hang on.
Order submitted.
Okay, sorry about that. Um, jumped in short, I see. Gonna again look for my signal B if it rolls really nicely. This is tough, tough conditions here. Let me pull up the crude inventory. 10:30. That's what I thought. All right, here we go. Come on, let's get a big roll down. Let's keep an eye on this signal B to the downside here.
Order submitted.
No. Looks a lot like yesterday. Just no follow through to the downside. And it never really did fully break through that upside resistance yesterday either. Let's keep watching it short. Our 2-minute is still above the 50. That's what's kind of scaring me. There goes a signal A. So I'm just switching back and forth from the A and the B. Since my 2-minute is headed up, I can look to get back in to try to take what it'll give us to the long side here. There's just very little follow through here. Come on, push up. Come on. One more push up. Jeez. This is these half-day trading sessions. They're just brutal. I don't want to get chopped to pieces today.
Order submitted.
Signal A went right back in. Look at this. I think I'm going to hang around for maybe a trade on crude. The NASDAQ is just chopping around like crazy today. It looks like I'm in an Apex trade. I don't know how. Jeez. It's 27. Man. did it to me again today. I'm having the same issue as yesterday. I'm going to turn off my trade copiers and try to get out of this thing with something.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, I'm really sorry about that. All right, let's see what happens at 10:30, and then we'll go into the pattern recognition. Good morning, Brandon. Kim, I don't know at this point, to be honest with you. Yeah, I thought it might. I turned my computer off and let it just rest the whole night. And I think what I'm doing is I'm leaving the copier on and not realizing it. That's the only thing I could think of. Actually, I'm showing something is open. Let's look at these positions.
Order submitted.
Our leaderboard is very small today. So today's probably not a great day to trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of hang around here see if the NASDAQ breaks, and hang around for the crude report. I think what I'll do is I'll change my leader account to CL. And I'm going to get ready for the crude report. And just in case this breaks through, I'll change this one to the signal B. Signal B has been a pretty hot strategy. Signal B drone. Okay. It kind of I think I think Kim, it's the leaving the trade copier enabled is what happened. So it's showing the ES 1 day pass. This is from June to July 3rd. It has a percentage profitable of about 47%. 11 winners, 12 losers. Between 8:30 and 9:30 is my entry time. CL, that half hour, 8:30 to 9, was really successful. Again, about a coin toss, about a 50-50 shot.
Order submitted.
Gold,
Order submitted.
about a 16 or 17%. Not our best one for the ODP. The NQ. The NQ recently has done really good. It got hot. If I come in a little tighter on the time, it improves. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, jumped up to 54% profitable. Mostly at 8:30. 8:30 to 9 entry time. Retirement plan, about 25% profitable. RTY, about 35%. June 17th to July 3rd to today. And the YM, drum roll. This is the big one. 50%. Bam. When does it do it? It does it at 9:30. You could see my 9:30 window made 8,600. So we got three really good ones: the YM, the ES, and I think it was the CL, the other one, right around 50%. Or the and right now the Nasdaq on the 30 range.
Order submitted.
Okay, the signal B just popped in on the Nasdaq, short, but you know this is again it keeps acting like it's going to go short,
Order
and then it
submitted.
pops right back.
Order submitted.
Let's see if this is the time it finally rolls. Hey, good morning, Peter. Magnetic marketing. Yeah, the highest percentage it looked like to me it was the YM between 8:30 and 9. It was at 55%.
Order submitted.
55% on the YM between 8:30 and 9. Looked like the lead dog. Um, the ES is a real good one too. Here we go. Now we're getting a little follow through here. We're getting a push to the downside on our haymaker strategy. It looks like it's finally making a move. Mm, 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 mm. Could be the trade of the day right here.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
All right, it's 10:27. We're almost at the crude report. I'd love to see that RSI line cross back up. Mm.
Order submitted.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. Let's unlock this and go to the 30 range signal A. We're going to look for a short roll here. We could be in that the support to the downside could prevent this trade. This signal A short. And we're just a few minutes here from the crude. I'm very tempted to close this position. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to close the position on my Signal A drone.
Order submitted.
And I'm going to re-enable that strategy. And let's see if we get some movement on that crude report. This ranging market. Been in this tight range. Tempting to go long. All right, let's keep an eye on crude. Gold rolled. There
Order
it goes.
submitted. Order submitted.
All right, let's turn on this. Oh, I missed the trade. Oh. I'm kind of glad I missed it. Let's see if we can get the RSI line to come back down.
Order submitted.
Mm. Okay, here comes that signal A on the NASDAQ. I've got that enabled for a short roll here.
Order submitted. All right, let's talk about the update that's coming out. I wanted to show you some
some screenshots that I have. I'm going to have this on my computer before the end of the day, but this is the what we're working on now. Let me see if I could show you. This is these are custom candle patterns that the software will recognize, and what we're doing is we're testing. We're having, when the conditions are met, for it to throw a cross for these chart patterns, candlestick patterns, and we're backtesting the signals that they provide. So this is going to be integrated into the AI Auto Trader, and it's going to be able to recognize these different patterns, and through our backtesting and the data analysis, we're going to learn which ones and when are the best times to trade them, and these will become also a trigger. When the software recognizes a certain pattern that the data confirms statistically over a period of time, that with consistency they generate good signals, those are the ones that we're going to be trading. So it's a work in progress. This is one image here. It works very much like, if you look at on our chart. Let me move this aside for just a second. If I go to our indicators and look at the cross indicator, the cross indicator is an indicator that's just like the strategy. It has all of the exact same parameters as our strategy. It has the 3 triggers: signal A, signal B, and signal C trigger. The latest update also had in the trade management, which would be in the strategy itself, it had the smart stops. But anyway, the pattern recognition is going to, we're going to be able to, the difference, let me say this, the main difference between the indicator and the strategy is when all the conditions line up, it's going to throw a cross on your chart if it's an indicator. If it's a strategy, then it'll execute the trade. So we're starting it off as an indicator for our testing. And when the system recognizes any of these candlestick patterns, it's going to throw a cross on our chart, and that would signify an entry that these formations have occurred, and we'll be able to test the outcome of them over a long period of time. So we're going to narrow it down to just the best patterns and the best times to trade them for each one of the instruments. So we're going to integrate this pattern recognition into an indicator that's very similar to the cross indicator, this custom candlestick pattern. And that's mainly for internal or testing purposes. But where we're moving with this is we're going to integrate it into our strategy. So once we have statistically the best patterns to look for and exactly when to look for them, we're going to be integrating it into our strategy parameters, so it fires off the trade instead of just that signal. The signal on the charts, let me see if I have that image. Oh, it's on this here. Right now, this blue dot is showing that it looks like the inverted hammer. is what it's signaled here. So with this pattern recognition, it's going to, they have what they call our AI agents that will recognize these patterns, and in real time, it'll be able to trigger a trade when it sees these, what we've determined to be the highest probability ones. So this will be soon integrated into our software. And we're hoping that, with the early testing that we're getting on some of these patterns, it does look very promising. So this is what's being integrated into the AI Auto Trader with the pattern recognition. With the Smart Stop that we just added in our latest update, under Trade Management, it has at the very bottom the Smart Exit. And what that is, the Smart Exit is going to look for a trade that's going to know. Right now we're calculating the range of the market by using the technology that you've always heard me talk about in the webinars, that it looks at the maximum forward excursion or the maximum favorable excursion and the maximum adverse excursion. And it determines the range of the market. So when it gets you into a trade, it's going to be able to exit the trade when the environment is overbought or oversold in the current market conditions. So we know the average true range of the market using the technology with the drones. And what this Smart Exit is going to do, instead of having a 50-tick trailer on the NASDAQ, for example, where you can give back on each contract $250, we want to give the NASDAQ room, but we hate to give back $250. You saw the trade earlier in this ranging market where I was in that long position, and I was up 270, 280, maybe $300, and then it came back, and I only made $50 on the trade. Well, with this Smart Exit, it's going to determine, hey, this is the range limit of this market right now, and let's just take the profits now. You're up 300, let's get you out with $300 in the bank. So with that Smart Exit enabled, it's not going to be able to give back those full 50 ticks. The system will automatically exit the trade when it's determined that that's the range, it's reached the limit of the current market conditions of the range of the market. So it would have, working at its potential, it would have exited that trade for me, potentially where the maximum excursion was, and prevented me from coming back those 50 ticks. So in combination with the pattern recognition, this is really going to be a very powerful automation that's going to be able to determine the range of the market and get us into the formations. It's going to recognize the candlestick patterns that have the highest probability of being profitable, and at the same time knowing the average true range of the market, and get you in and out of these trades at the maximum excursion without giving back those 50 ticks or whatever the trailing stop is for the instrument that we're trading. So that's where we're headed, and we're kind of headed there a lot faster than I thought we would. Sergio is really getting pretty far along, and he's actually going to be putting it on my computer here this afternoon. Now that Sergio's working full time with the optimization of this and, advancing our technology, we're able to release these things a lot quicker than we were in the past. So our goal is by the end of this month, by the end of July, that we'll have our testing completed and we'll be ready to release this new update to our members. what we've been hearing, from, and listen, we always get our best ideas from our members, believe it or not, and your feedback, whether it be good or bad. Sometimes the bad is even better for us because we hear you. We want something that is going to be consistent and make us, with these trade copiers, we want to be able to copy three or $400 across 5 accounts or 10 accounts or even 20. We're getting this push up here. It's caught my attention. So with this smart stop and this pattern recognition, it's going to be able to accomplish those goals with this new technology. So this smart exit, we kind of slipped it in on the last update with a lot of instruction, but I wanted to kind of give you an idea of where we're headed with this. Let's take a look at the signal B. I see this breakout here. Finally broke through that area of resistance. I'm going to answer your questions in just a second. I'm just keeping an eye on the chart here. Let me grab my trade copier back. If this thing starts, this has been right to the upper limit of our range all morning. It just kind of broke through there, and now it's coming back. Yeah, so I'm really excited to look at that gold. Look at that crude oil. Ah, yay. Boy, that signal A was a beauty, huh? Okay. I hate to cry over spilled milk. Now I'm looking at the crude. Okay, here we go with the NASDAQ. If we put our trade copier back on, let's unlock this. I'm going to look for the signal B, the continuation up on the NASDAQ.
Order submitted.
Lock it in, and we'll turn it on. It's actually got into a trade. Let me close that position.
Order submitted.
And re-enable that strategy. Maybe I can still get in it.
Order submitted.
And we're in. Now we have our 2-minute and our 30 range lined up to the upside. Let's see if we can get a little follow through now.
Order submitted.
Let's try to give it a little room. This is my trade copier. Come on. Give us a little push up here. Mm-mm-mm. We're in trouble. Gave me a little kiss on my stop there. Come on, push up for us.
Order submitted.
Okay, that's my limit for today. I took about a $350 loss across all my accounts. These half trading days are really tough. But that's where we're headed with that smart stop and the pattern recognition. Uh, the way it's different, Mike, is the profit window is looking at if I pull up one of the strategies. The profit window is just the distance to your profit target. It's really not calculating the range of the market on that profit window.
Order submitted.
Um, the goal is kind of very similar, is to lock in as much profits as possible. But it's different than the profit window because the smart exit, is actually calculating an overbought or oversold market based on the market conditions. It knows the range of the market because it's calculating with the drones that the MFE and the MAE, maximum favorable and maximum adverse. So it knows the range of the market. With the smart exit, it's exiting the trade once you've reached that limit to that range. If you're still in it, it's going to immediately take profits on your trade. It's not going to let it come back and bounce. Where the profit window is, what we're saying is on the profit window, hey, if it comes within 5 ticks in this scenario of my profit target, I want my stop to be an equal distance. So it's squeezing your stop and making your risk and reward an equal ratio. You're only going to risk 5 ticks to make 5 ticks at that point because you're so close to your profit target. So the smart exit is, using our AI technology where the profit window's not. Kim, our goal is by the end of July. Delbert, the account dashboard that I have, I'm assuming you're referring to my trade copier. My trade copier is from a third-party vendor. That's Affordable Indicators trade copier. I think you're referring to this. This is the trade copier from Affordable Indicators. And I also wanted to show, if you're not already a member, I wanted to show you our 4th of July sale, but I did want to mention, Sergio, who's our developer, I was saying it gives him a lot of time. We added Charles Sider to the team. And Charles is, basically his capacity is not only to help Sergio with the development, but also tech support. So, Charles filling in that role has been a tremendous help because it gives Sergio a lot more time to collaborate with that AI development lab. And let me tell you, he picks up on this stuff really quick because that's his background. He has a master's degree in computer science, so that relationship really developed his skills with integrating artificial intelligence into this NinjaTrader 8 platform with the language that it uses. So with the 4th of July sale, what we're doing is for our trading systems, for our option services, which is David Wise now, we're running on the software. We have the trading systems, the money flow tracker system. That's the system that David Kushner is trading in his live trading room on a discretionary basis. And I'm not sure if it's posted on here yet, but let's see real quick. Yeah. For the Independence Day sale, we're running 50% discounts on all of our lifetime memberships. So whether you're interested in the AI Auto, the Money Flow Tracker, the Compass Trading System, all of our trading systems for the 4th of July will be on sale at 50% off for the lifetime memberships. And we really have a great members area now. If you've been with us for years, or if we're kind of new to you, Right Line Trading's been around for about 14 years now. So over the years, we do have a significant amount of experience at developing software, as well as automated strategies. But the nice part is now is in the members area, you're able to log in, and you're able to see your orders. I can go in the back end of the website and just go to one of our users here. And I can log in as this person here. And if I go into this person's members area, I would be able, if I click on orders, I would be able to see, my orders. And if I had downloads, I would be able to get my downloads right there. If there's an update, I can download the zip file and re-import it in. I would be able to manage my subscription, my downloads. All of that is available in the members area. If there's tutorial videos, we're integrating our NinjaTrader vendor licensing. From time to time, it can be very annoying with machine updates, BIOS updates. Sometimes it'll change your machine ID on Ninja. This is not operational yet, but in the very near future it will be. We're working on it now, where you'll just be able to come into the members area of the website and update your machine ID if you're getting a licensing error. And you'll be able to instantly submit that. And for tech support, we've really got a great tech support team that Charles is heading, and if he's full, I'm certainly available to fill in, and Brock and Sergio as well. So we've got a really great members area now to the back end of our website, where you always have the ability to manage your subscription and access to everything that you've ordered. If there's tutorials and resources, they will be in there as well. So the company is really making some tremendous progress with the new ownership. Everything is becoming more friendly, and our technology is advancing considerably. So it's really a great time to come aboard if you haven't already. I know once this new release comes out, and listen, I say it's not just talk. When I say in my webinars that we're committed to having really the most powerful automated system, and we want to continue to optimize the money flow tracker as well, which we've done very recently. We've sent out beautiful new updates. Sergio spent hours and hours updating that system. So for the Revo strategy, and we're committed to really, providing our clients with an edge when they trade the financial markets. And this is kind of proof. This is proof in the pudding that it's not really just talk. Talk is cheap. Anyone can say something, but to actually be coming forward with the updates and releasing them and delivering something of quality, it's that speaks volumes. So we're really excited with this new pattern recognition. I had another image. It didn't show as much as the one with the color codes. I kind of like the one with the color codes the best. But this image here shows you the pattern recognition. Sergio, yeah, this guy's something else. Let me tell you. He has, not only does he have all of the patterns that are being recognized now, but he's made it to where he has a signal that distinguishes each one. So the system will automatically, with the technology we have, it will calculate the winning percentage of each one of these different color-coded patterns. We know that all of them aren't going to be great, but if we can find one or two that we know during a certain time of the day is going to make us consistent profits, that's where we're going, and we believe we can get there. So this is really the pattern recognition component of the AI Auto Trader, and how we're testing it and optimizing it and how we're going to manage the trades moving forward. It's really exciting stuff. SLR. I say SLR, I'm referring to you. Sounds like relaxation. We kind of want our products to have a small, medium, and large. Everybody has a different budget. And for those that can only start off on a monthly, we want to have the ability to just do a monthly subscription. And for those that have the means, or they feel more comfortable with going with a longer term relationship, like a lifetime license, that's our large. Our annual is our medium. So a small, medium, large component with the monthly, annual, and lifetime access to our software. So the lifetime, our plan is to always leave that available. How long we're going to do the current pricing is the better question. Knowing how this works, and in my experience, when there's a technological breakthrough and the company's spent considerable resources in development, then it leads to a price increase. So how long the pricing will be at what we're going to be offering them for this 4th of July, probably not much longer. That's why I'm saying it's a good time now. And I want to emphasize our commitment again, that I want you to be rest assured that Mark Miller is a young man. Mark Sachs retired, and he left us this beautiful foundation. He's a brilliant. What he left us is a foundation that the new ownership is now taking the ball and running with, and using it as a foundation to make it an even more powerful system. So our commitment is to continue this optimization process. Mark Miller being the new owner, he's very, very excited and motivated about this project. And this is really the beginning. That's what makes it so exciting to me. I have a mortgage on my house. I'm in it for the long haul. And I want to retire, as being with Right Line Trading, and this is really so exciting to me, and it's really comforting to see this work in action. So SLR, when you say how long, I I don't like to say, put a time limit, because God is always the one in control. But God willing, for the long run, for the long run. And and I mentioned before to our members, if you'd had a good experience, Mark Miller's such a great guy, and Charles is always he what's the best way to phrase this? He's motivated, and he's always looking to make more money, and we all need to make more money. And Mark put it out there. Hey, when our members write a nice review on Trustpilot or Google or wherever, and they recognize you, I'm going to pay you for it. So if you haven't already, and you're a member, you have something nice to say about Charles, or even if it's just about us or in general, you could really certainly do Charles a favor financially. He gets a little spiff, but don't do it for that reason alone. We want them to be genuine. We want them to be genuine reviews. But I just wanted to throw out there that he does get credit, and really the ultimate compliment to him is for the trading community to see, that he's there and he's got their back. He takes pride in that. So if you're able to do it over this long weekend for Independence Day, it would certainly benefit Charles. He really is. I've seen him. Listen, he comes to the meetings. He's on the West Coast, and we don't hold. He's from California, and we don't hold that against him. He graduated from UCLA with a master's degree, so he's a highly educated guy. And I see him in the meetings in the morning. We meet every morning at around 8:30. And this guy, it's 5:30 in the morning here, and he's, the first one in every morning. And he goes until 8 o'clock at night, Eastern time. So, that's 12-hour days that he's putting in. And, those are 60-hour weeks. And those are long hours. So Charles really deserves the recognition. Thank you, Marcia. I really appreciate that. So I hope I answered your questions on where we're moving on this pattern recognition and these smart exits. Because let's face it, it's really a I don't want to say conundrum, but that's kind of what it is. We're trying to calculate on a really fast-moving market with the Nasdaq, how to manage these trades. I've struggled with it. You've seen me struggle with it, and every trader struggles with it. When do we take profits? How tight do we squeeze our stop? Well, this smart exit's not going to let your trade come back on you. There will be occasions, I'm sure, that it continues to run and it's exited the trade. But for the most part, it's going to have that ATR, that true range of the market. It's going to have it nailed statistically. I'm telling you. The system doesn't make mistakes. The calculations are 100%. So that's those smart exits to be able to close that position when that candle is still pushing up. You close your positions in strength. Where right now we're kind of closing them on weakness when they're coming back on us. Ideally, we want to close these positions into strength. When they're at their maximum. And that's what that smart exit's going to do. So to be able to make $300-400 on a move and exit the trade and be done with it, that's where we're headed with it. Hey, Ralph. Yes, California. California dreaming. So let me just look through the questions here. Hey, Robert, the new Revo templates in your members area. I believe it should be in your portal if you download the both zip files. I'm going to send you as soon as this is over. I have your email address. I'm going to send you the Revo update. And Sergio really, did a great job with making the trade management better. He fixed the triggers on it. He did a lot of work on it, and it's really we've got a couple strategies on the Revo that are doing really great. Kushner's thrilled. He's got a smile plastered to his face. David Kush. Kush is doing a webinar today. I'm going to put a link in the room here. Kush is our prop trader. He's going to be showing that Revo, which is an automated system as well. It doesn't leverage this AI technology, but over the years, we've learned some tricks to get it to, consistency and some profitability. And Sergio just added some really nice features to it. So I'm going to put a link in the room. He's going to be in at 1 o'clock for our Independence Day special presentation. I'm going to go Friday. Friday at 1 o'clock. I'm going to do the top strategies and discuss basically what I've talked about here today. I'm going to get with Sergio. I'm going to get that pattern recognition installed today. I'm going to get a deeper understanding of it with Sergio. I have a meeting set up with him and the team, and we're going to get that pattern recognition as soon as we get that testing done. And Mark set up, he must have 10 different servers. When Mark Miller does something, let me tell you something, it's Miller time. He does it big. He's got numerous instances and servers running, and he's giving our team the tools that we need to be successful. Let me get the registration link. Amazon sometimes stops by and surprises, and he, sends me the, powerful new laptops and powerful new monitors, and technologically we have the best tools out there. And I really hope he has a blessed trip. He deserves it. He's headed to Italy. I'm just getting the link for Kushner's webinar. And I'm going to have to put it on a notepad first. So today at 1 p.m. Eastern, which is only about 45 minutes away now. You have time for a lunch break, and then if you'd like to jump on in. Kushner's really, what can I say? He's super conservative, and he successfully trades 6 funded prop accounts. Let me throw this in the chat. I just want to know. David Kush. We call David the Kush. Primo. Let me get my other browser. Okay, here it is. There's Kush, and look at this move now up on the NQ. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Hansen. Dr. Hansen's been a member with us for years and years, and he has the money flow tracker and the AI auto trader both. Look at this push up. Really nice volume too. 1,500 contracts a minute. Tempting to go on the signal B. We're a bit overbought. Sometimes right before these holidays, the market just keeps pushing up and up and up, and it never stops. And we're also going to be doing a presentation I'm going to put on Friday on this AI auto trader. I'm going to go into more detail on the pattern recognition. And Mark Miller, speaking of Mark Miller, he was actually able to get another payout with Apex, another really nice one. He's built himself up a really nice cushion. He's on a $50,000 account. On a few of his accounts, he's like at 64,000. So if he wanted, he could pull out 20 grand right now if he wanted, but he's keeping a cushion. And he's getting payouts very consistently. The way the payouts work, someone had asked me earlier, you have to have 10 trading sessions in. They do have a consistency rule. They have two payouts. You do the request between the 1st and the 5th, and the 11th and the 15th of each month. The first 4 payouts, they do have what's called a consistency rule, where your largest, your trading session, the out of the 10 minimum that you have to have, your largest profit in any one of those sessions cannot be more than 30% of your profits. So you're able to request a payout twice a month. After 4 payouts, that 30% consistency rule, they don't even worry about it any longer after that. I'm going to put one more link in the room, and then I'm going to answer any last questions that you guys might have. Okay. So we're going to do this on Friday, July 5th at 1 o'clock. And this is our AI auto trader, specifically on the AI agent that does pattern recognition and smart exit. Is Friday at 1 o'clock. And I'm going to put that link right now in this chat. Okay, here we go. I sure can, Mort. Let me put you on my notepad with Ken. Robert Kelly. Where's my notepad? Robert Kelly. Mort. Okay. Okay, so the bottom link that I just put in Dan, you know what? That's a good question. One of the strategies from what I learned from Sergio is one of them on the Revo is doing really great. Um, how about I answer that question after I talk to Sergio? I don't know specifically what the numbers are on the Revo. I've got 100% of my attention is on the AI right now. Kush would be the one to ask, and I'm also going to ask Sergio because he runs them all too. But I don't know off the top of my head. Wow, great trade, Dan. Robert, I'm assuming because of the switch that we made that you may not have been on that list, but I'm going to put you on that list, and I apologize. Great trade, Dan.
Order submitted.
Great job. SLR. No, you do not have to do the maintenance. SLR has a lifetime. No, SLR. Listen, what I'm telling you, yeah, most companies, you're right. You're right. Most companies will have what they call a maintenance fee because we do. Uh, listen, this, you know, it takes a lot of work. I'm not kidding you. We're always optimizing, and we're meeting, almost on a daily basis. Well, we do. We do meet on a daily basis, and every Friday, we specifically here it goes too. We specifically do an optimization of all of the templates. Wow, this is very hard to watch. A signal B would put us right into this move, but are we overextended? We're a little late to the party. I'd love to see a retracement. Yeah. Maybe we'll get a pullback. Maybe we'll get a pullback. So I'm going to go to my NQ30A. Let's see how big the pullback is. It's not going to pull much. This thing's just going headed straight to the moon. Here comes a signal A of counter trend. It's kind of light volume. All right, I'm going to I'm going to stand aside on this. It's almost 11:30. You got it, Dan. Oh, Kevin's in on the 50,000 ODP. Let's take a look. At 11. You're right. So am I. Here we go with the ODP on crude. What I like to do with these ODPs is kind of drag my stop a little because I don't want to give a lot of that back. with the evaluations, that unrealized those unrealized gains can put you behind the eight ball when these go in our direction and then retrace. I like to squeeze these a little bit, just like I squeeze everything, right? Now listen, we might catch a signal A on this Nasdaq and continue to the upside. If that oscillates, if this RSI line goes a little bit lower, I'm going to set up for a signal A. I can't help myself. Okay, the ODP on crude did not make it, but pulling the stop, I did wind up with a $900 profit, I think, on it. Let's see if we can retrace back down to the 50. Let's hang around till 11:30 here. With this 4th of July, I hope everybody has I hope everybody has a blessed long weekend. I know Friday is not officially a day off, but I think most people are treating it as a long weekend. 4th of July is always such a lot of fun, you know. I hate when it falls in the middle of a week, though. It's really great when it's the weekend and it's the 4th of July. And down here in South Florida, everyone goes to the beach and ends up watching the fireworks show over the ocean. It's really beautiful. If you have a boat, you're out on your boat. You got 400 on it, Dan? I squeezed mine. I pulled my stop a little bit on it. Yeah, listen, it's really kind of low volume, so I don't think I'm going to take another trade. So I just want to wish everybody a very happy 4th of July, and I hope that you'll come check us out on what we're going to do is we're actually going to be closed. We're not going to trade on the YouTube live stream Thursday or Friday. Obviously, Thursday the market's closed. Friday it's open, but we're not going to trade. So for the live stream, we'll be back on Monday, and Mark Miller will be in Italy. So I'm gonna switch off days with David Cush, the Cush, God willing, and if he's willing, he'll be kind of splitting the days with me while Mark is in Italy. And it's always fun I shouldn't say fun. It's always kind of enlightening. To see somebody else and somebody else's style and their thinking, and it's really everybody has their own style, and to have that diversity is really great. So hopefully Cush will be joining us next week on the YouTube live stream, and he'll give the system a shot. He'll probably be projecting his room actually, because he has a live trading room. The signal A is setting up now. Let's see. If it didn't set up perfectly, I wasn't going to do it, but you know what? It's kind of setting up perfectly for me. Very low volume, but let's see what happens. Why not give it a shot, right? I don't see the cross. Thank you, Doctor, and happy Independence Day to everybody. We're gonna go ahead. We'll wrap it up. It's about 11:30. I'm gonna sit on my hands and we'll give it another shot on Monday. All right. Have a blessed long weekend, everybody. Happy 4th of July. I hope you see fireworks. God bless you. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye. Let me see that one other person, Dan Benjamin. Okay, Dan, I got you on my list. Have a great weekend, everyone.